Things are still pretty desperate, but not quite as desperate as they were yesterday. So today I have my shoes back on, but I am still wearing shorts. I'm hoping we'll find that happy little medium where we can pick up a couple of wins. Hello and welcome to part 13 of the Bolton battle. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have two big games. One against our old Conference North rivals from last season, Harrogate, probably. And also my dad's old club. We're away at Boston, and Boston are challenging for the Conference National title and a promotion into the league. But more important than any of that, the battery in my mouse has run out, so I'll be back in a moment. Hey, it works now. I've never talked about my mouse using intro voice before. It was an unusual experience. One that I'm keen to repeat. So the next time the battery goes, I'll probably go back to intro voice and tell you all about it. Since you were last with me, form carried on being a bit rubbish. And then we've just started showing slight signs that maybe we're ready to start turning it around. It's all a bit odd. We carried on losing. I think you saw us beat MK Dons, maybe, or I was about to beat MK Dons. Anyway, we beat MK Dons. Lost a couple more games. Beat Stamford in the FA Cup. We actually experimented with a counter-attacking system in that game, and were rubbish. We had one shot on target in the whole game, and just about managed to scrape through into the first round proper of the FA Cup. We then drew 3-3 at Wimbledon. Ridiculously beat Lincoln 5-0, and Lincoln in a playoff spot. If I knew what was different about that game, I'd do it. I mean, we'd played the same system. We played for the one before and the three since. The same players. But for some reason that day we won 5-0. And since then we've lost 4-2, drawn 1-1 and lost 2-1. In those two most recent games though, we have been really unlucky and been suckered by late goals. So I'm wondering how much of it fitness is becoming an issue. We were 1-0 up against FC United and they had a 92nd minute equaliser. And then against Chester, we were leading for quite a long... we were drawing 1-1 for loads of this game. And we were all over them. We had about 4 or 5 clear-cut chances. But then they scored a winner in the 86th minute. So punished by late stuff a couple of times recently. And hopefully, if we can nip that in the bud somehow, we can start to climb up the league a little bit. The league table, we'll have a quick look. We don't want a long look because it's sad. We are still in the relegation zone as we approach the halfway point of the season. At the end of this episode, we will be halfway through on 23 games. We need to be out of the relegation zone going into the second half of the season. I've officially decided. Good to see Freeman is still the top assist maker in the division, especially considering when we were playing 4 at the back for a long time, he wasn't playing because Johnson was in his place. And Johnson's probably got 6 or 7 assists of his own. Right backs just play well, it seems. But this is the team that we're playing against, Harrogate. We're back to this one because this is the one that we used against Lincoln when we won 5-0, so we'll use it at least until we lose 5 or 6 on the trot now. So Agito is in goal, a back three of Barker, Curtis and Grayson, Lamb and Freeman as the wing backs as usual. Slight change up in midfield just because of rotation and trying a few different options. Where is he? What's his face? Jordan Allen has played a lot recently and decided to rotate him out and give Nick Webster a go. I think you've met Nick Webster before. He's got phenomenal hair, so he deserves a proper chance in the team. So he's going to play alongside Glover today with Quinn in behind Abbott and Mitchell. Chris Priest is on the bench and will probably come on for Abbott at some point. We did have the emergence of a new striker, and he scored against Lincoln. Stephen Davis, who, 23 years old, came in on a free transfer from Blackpool in the summer. Actually scored a few goals at this level for Blackpool last year, only a few, 7 in 36. But came into the side, looked quite useful, and then his shins exploded, and that's the last we'll see of him for a little while. So that was a bit of a shame because he looked quite good alongside Mitchell for a game or two there, and they got a few goals between them. So that, I mean, maybe in 6 weeks' time when he's back in the team, that might be the answer. Who knows? We're favourites for this game. We haven't been favourites for a football match in forever. So let's get into this. And we desperately need a win. We're very much in danger of falling off the bottom of my little league table on the left-hand side of the screen. In fact, we could probably make that a little bit... Can we make that? No, we can't go up any higher. That gap, not allowed to have league tables in there. That's in the rules of Football Manager. Can we make it longer? No. That, I mean, despite there being space for 24, not allowed 24. Which is kind of Football Manager's way of telling us, look, if you need to scroll all the way down to 24th place, you're going to get sacked shortly anyway. Managerial job news. I was offered an interview at Ilkeston. Is that how you say that? Ilkeston. What is it? Stupid team names. Turned it down because obviously we want to stay at Bolton and get them back to the highest ever league position, which I think is second place in the Premier League. I really should look that up. It's second or third. Basically, we want to go and win the Premier League with Bolton, which is looking less likely at the moment, as we might have a relegation back into the Conference North on our hands. Mitchell's through here, though. Oh, it doesn't quite get there before their goalkeeper, but that was a good chance. If he'd have been fully fit and not just coming back from injury, that may well have been a little bit tasty. And they're going to come and attack and spoil everybody's fun now, aren't they? They're in, but we've come across some good covering tackle there. Agito, by the way, last couple of games, he's earning himself a nickname because he's had 2 outstanding goalkeeping performances in the last couple of games. Not quite showing off to the same degree today, but he hasn't really needed to yet. But hopefully he's finally starting to grow into the position, which would be nice, because I was quite excited about him when he came in. I've actually brought Leach in for a couple of games, just rotating them around a little bit, just to remind Agito that there is competition for places. He needs to actually step it up a little bit, and I think he might just have done that, which is very pleasant. I'm thinking transfer-wise, if we are committing to the wing-back system for the rest of the season, we probably need a proper left wing-back. Colin Lamb was meant to be a backup midfield player this season, not first-choice left wing-back. So we might dip our toes into the loan market and see what we can procure as we head towards the halfway point of the season. Abbott potentially in behind it. Crosses into Quinn. Quinn should have done better. Their goalkeeper, for some reason, has given away a corner, though, and hopefully he'll regret it. He doesn't. But Abbott, it's just moving so slowly to come out and collect that ball. Finds Quinn again. Quinn with a stupid shot that was never going to go in a million years. And it's shaping up for another concede a late goal fest. Agito with another good save. I like this lad. That's 2 clear-cut chances. He denied them now. How soon until he just becomes eggs or something along those lines? Is Quinn going to get himself sent off here? He's not really booked, is he? No? Oh no, that's just a yellow substitution thing. They could still... Didn't even book him. That was just weird. Why call him over and make us sit through it if you're not even going to book him? Right, Lamb is going to come off now and we'll bring on Foley. Who's not really a wing back, but at least he's left back. And we will make that Chris Priest for Chris Abbott substitution. Still haven't decided which of those two I like best alongside Mitchell. Neither of them score as prolifically as I would like, but Priest obviously has the whole was good for us last season thing going in his favour, so it gets more of the benefit of the doubt. Right, I'm going to take off Quinn and push Glover forward into that attacking midfielder role that he does so well in, and hopefully he can just snatch a goal. We've got Priest and Glover both on there now, and Mitchell. I mean, the 3 of them all have goals in, and we've seen them score before, but we are running out of time. We've not had a clear-cut chance yet. This isn't like us at all, and I think that's just sort of drifting away to a boring 0-0. At least it's a point, eh? And now we go away to Boston. First time. Is it the first time we've been back at Boston since Daddy was there so long ago? But we're off to Boston. Let's go and check that one out now. So it's the age-old battle of S versus L, Boston versus Bolton. Obviously, we're all cheering Bolton on today, aren't we? Yeah, let's hope we are. Our team for today: Agito in goal, Barker, Curtis and Grayson at the back, Lamb and Freeman as wing-backs. Changes afoot in the midfield, with Allen and Martin partnering each other in the middle, with Glover in behind Abbott and Mitchell today. In fact, Priest and Mitchell. There you go. Decisive managerial changes. You've just seen me make that decision in real time. Remarkable stuff. I'm commentating on my own commentary. It's unusual. So, Boston with a chance to move back up into second place in an automatic promotion. Oh, no, it's not automatic, it's a playoff spot. But it kind of feels sad that we're going to have to spoil their party, but we want to go and spoil their party because we need to turn our form around. And what better way to do it than to go back to where it all began for my old man. Right. We're not scoring yet. I wonder if he's here today. No, he's not, apparently. Could have, in retrospect, I could have given him a phone call at the start of the episode. Might have forgotten we were playing Boston at that point. And just forgot to ring him. You know, we're not close. We see each other at like Christmas and Easter, maybe, if he's got me an egg, and that's about it. Oh, we're in here. We've got men over. Martin through to Glover, and Glover really should have scored there. That's our first clear-cut chance of the game. Boston haven't even had a shot yet. This is excellent news. Right, now Boston are going to attack, aren't they? But I wonder if this might be the best season they've had in the entirety of this save, because obviously Dad left them relegated from this division, and they've made their way back in somehow and might finally be pushing back into the Football League. And Lamb has crossed to Priest, and we're 1-0 up at Boston. Ooh, wouldn't this be fun? Oh, my lips they look almost purple there. Interesting. Colourblind, admittedly, so they could be any colour on the red, green, brown spectrum. They just looked bright. I have bright lips. I noticed as that goal went in. Priest looks like he's got taller. I like it. I can live with him being a little bit taller. I also like a striker with a number 12 shirt on. Posh fans will understand why. So all in favour of that, and he's the captain. Why don't I play that man more often? Perhaps that's is that where we're going wrong? I'm not playing Chris Priest often enough. Let me know in the comments. Should Chris? That might be why I'm not playing him. It doesn't really suit commentary. And Boston have now equalised. Another Chris. Too many Chris's involved in today's game, and it's a nice enough cross, I guess. That's our player who's headed it back to him, really, and Agito, after me bigging him up. I was on the verge of giving him his nickname, and then he goes and does that. Grayson didn't help him. He's headed it back across goal when he could have just let it go out for a goal kick. Nods it back across goal to their striker, who helpfully just thinks, we're obviously just getting it back to the keeper. I'll nod it into his hands, and Agito just sort of chucks it, because why not? It's more fun if we're chasing a win than if we're ahead and defending our lead. Let's make it entertaining for the viewers. They're all in on it. We're an entertainment factory here, and all the players are on board. They know how much fun it'll be if all season long, it looks like they're going to get relegated. Are they going to get relegated? Great Escape. Much more interesting as a story than mid-table obscurity, and Aaron Agito knows it. All the same, would have been quite nice for him to just save it like a normal person would have done. Right. I'm feeling some changes, maybe. I'm not sure what changes. I can't remember who I've got on the bench, actually. Presumably, my usual combination of two fullbacks, because I love a fullback, a midfielder and a striker. I guess Abbott's a striker. I can't... Oh, Mitchell's in! And how is he not scored there? That's a beautiful save from their keeper. But really, that and the Glover chance in the first half, we should be ahead in this game. And excellent cross from Freeman again. Oh, of course, Quinn. I forgot he existed. I think, actually, I might just punish him for missing chances. Just do that. Because if you're going to miss sitters in a game we really, really, really want to win, then you're not making it to the end of the match. Them's the rules. So Priest goes up into the poacher role, which I'm not sure he's any good at, but Abbott is just the slowest man in the history of the world, so there's no point playing him as a poacher. Abbott plays it into Priest, who finds Quinn, and Quinn just... what is he even trying to do there? Is he do you think the final whistle's gone? Is he putting the ball away? He's on loan from a proper club as well. He's supposed to be a future professional footballer. On loan from Hull. Hull are in the Championship. I hope they're not watching today, or he's basically just ruined his life. Right, Lamb's coming off again. We need a proper wing back. It's just been deadline day. I did try and sign one. I couldn't. There's no one. Wing backs aren't really a thing that exists. I think we probably need to train one of our existing ones up. Right, Priest is in behind. Can he cross? He does to Abbott, who makes it 2-1. Is he onside? He is onside. I don't care if you lot think it's offside. I care not. Let's have a look at it in 3D. Priest crosses it in. Abbott is marginally onside, maybe, probably. I don't know. I think we'll have the benefit of the doubt. We certainly haven't had it at any point during the rest of the season so far. Do we keep attacking or do we go defensive? Attacking means we're leaving ourselves open at the back. Going defensive invites them to attack us, and we're not very good at defending. I don't know what to do. Basically, we're going to, whatever we do, we're going to sit and wait for Boston to come and equalise, because that's what happens late on in our games. I assumed we'd given away a penalty there, but somehow we hadn't. But we can hold on to this. This could be the catalyst. But then I thought that off for goodness sake. What do you do about this, everybody? Let me know in the comments. We just, every game, concede a goal late on. I'm certain it's a fitness thing. I think it's because we're part-time and a lot of the other clubs are full-time, and we're just shattered. But then so are they. Oh, right, Freeman with a cross. Can we nab a late goal? We can't. But if anything, Boss are going to come and break away and get a winner. And if they do, that's going to be devastating. It's 2-2. We're showing glimpses that we might actually have a half-decent team buried away somewhere in this squad. We're only 1 point away from safety at the halfway point of the season, with one of the better goal differences in the bottom half of the table, to be honest. But this is the problem. We're not winning games. We're drawing. If we'd have just converted a couple of those draws into wins by just holding on for another 2 or 3 minutes, we'd be mid-table. Hopefully, we're going to turn this around in the second half of the season. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you pop a like on there for me. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. And thank you very much for watching.